yo, and hello and welcome to the 111th episode of Game Speak Podcast. New episodes go for free every Wednesday in audio format on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast directories. And in video format on YouTube so you can see us in stunning HD. This show is two childhood BFFs bringing you all things video games. You can find us online at createforsanity.com where you can listen to episodes, subscribe for behind-the-scenes news, read rad articles, and buy sick t-shirts from our shop, guys. Also, be sure to join the community in the Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/GameSpeakPodcast to hang and talk games with other nerds like us. I'm one of your hosts, Jamel Al-Jafra, alongside Brent, Human Teeth Necklace Bass.
What's up, man? How's it going?
What's going on, dude?
Human Teeth Necklace. Oh, I like that. That's brutal.
It's a very brutal version of you right
Hardcore,
now.
yeah.
I want all of our listeners at home to just imagine you sitting here with this
With a
human teeth necklace.
Would I have
on.
like a bunch of human teeth, or is it just like a one prized human tooth on the end of the necklace?
It's really up to you, but I pictured more like just like a bunch of teeth.
My first thought was like a necklace that's just like a piece of leather with like a singular human tooth on the end.
Oh, God.
You know?
That's some nightmare fuel, too.
Yeah, but also, now that I'm thinking about it, I want a bunch of them.
Yeah, it's like you have multiple victims, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not, or maybe they're not victims. Maybe you're a dentist and you
maybe
just
I'm
really
like,
prize
proud
teeth.
of my like work as a dentist.
Yeah.
and weird as fuck. What if you like showed up to the dentist's office and the dentist was wearing a fucking necklace made of human teeth? Like,
oh my God. Dude, I feel like...
would you leave?
It depends on how he was wearing it. If he was wearing it like one of those dudes that's just like really into his shit, you know, like Mattress Mac. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if I walked into Mattress Mac's house and he just had like
a
posters
necklace of human teeth. A fucking coat made of the skin of fucking people who've laid in his beds. Like,
where's he getting the skin from, though? See, my thing is like, or maybe he uses like the gums. He just has this like weird like biological mass that sits on his like his counter.
Maybe that's why there's like food inside of gallery furniture. You know, he like collects the DNA off of like the straws and then takes it underneath gallery furniture, deep beneath gallery furniture, to his cloning lab.
Oh my God!
And like clones people.
Mattress
uses
Mac, dude,
for his fucked up experiments.
Mattress Mac.
This fall.
Yeah. Oh, you're just getting dragged to hell. Like,
oh shit.
That's the Mattress Mac noise. Anyways, so what's been up, man? How you doing?
You're just chilling, man. You know, doing the thing.
Doing the chills.
Doing the chills. What's been up with you?
It's been quite chilly over here too. You know what I'm saying? Like
extra chilly on that side of the world.
No, yeah, it's been chill. I'm trying to think of anything crazy that happened.
I haven't watched any of the big things that everybody's freaking out about, like
Game of Thrones
or Avengers. I haven't watched either of them.
Well, I'm not gonna spoil anything because I haven't seen either of them.
Oh,
but
okay. I was about to say.
I imagine in Endgame, the game ends. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw that out there.
I think you might be wrong about that.
I beg to differ. You know? Just getting a serious argument.
No, I am. I actually do kind of want to see Endgame because, like, you know, I watched the other one just because of the hype. Everybody, you know, the hype train was moving, and I jumped right on board. You know,
yeah.
And so I'm probably gonna end up going and watching Endgame. If I don't go and watch it, I'll watch it some other
Have you
way.
seen all the Marvel movies up to this point?
No, I haven't. I've seen quite a few of them, but
Okay.
I haven't seen all of them.
Have you seen the vital ones? See, my problem is
I don't
know
which one are the vital ones, you know? Like, I've seen, and let's see, I've seen the Hulk movies. I've seen, you know, obviously I've seen all of the Iron Man movies for some reason. I've seen,
you seem to be on the right
I've seen
boat.
the Spider-Man movies. I've seen
the Homecoming one.
Yeah, I've seen Homecoming. It was good. I've seen shit. I saw like part of Guardians of the Galaxy, but I didn't watch the whole thing.
Dude, that happened to me too. I tried to watch that movie like 4 times.
Really?
I just get so bored.
I really wanted to like be so into it, but I just what else? I saw part of Black Panther and I fell asleep. It's not because it was a bad movie, just because I was like really fucking sleepy when I watched it.
Never watch a movie while sleepy.
Yeah. Let's see what else. I've seen a lot of them.
You seen the Cap movies, the Captain Americas?
Okay, so I've seen the first one that they did.
Okay.
And I didn't see the one after that. I saw Captain America.
Did you see the
I think I saw Winter Soldier as well, but I didn't see Civil War. No, I didn't see Civil War. And I think that's a pivotal one.
That's that's a vitality.
Yeah.
Vitality. And then there was one other. Who's the other guy? Oh, Thor.
Thor. Yeah.
Did you see the Thor movies?
I saw the Thor movie, like the first Thor movie
with Natalie Portman,
the one with like Loki and stuff. I don't know.
I think they all have Loki.
I don't know.
I'm just guessing.
The one I remember from Thor. Well, no, that was Avengers actually. Maybe I didn't see the Thor movies. I don't know. They all kind of blend together in my mind. Yeah. I saw one of the original Avengers movies, like Avengers. The one before, like, Age of Ultron or whatever, just like the first Avengers, yeah.
Which was really, it was probably the best out of all of them that I've seen.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't like Infinity War?
I didn't watch Infinity. No, I just mean out of all the Marvel movies that I've seen.
You didn't watch Infinity War?
No.
Oh, it's on Netflix, bro.
I know, but why would I watch that? I haven't seen any of the other stuff. I haven't seen Captain
really
America. I haven't seen Iron Man.
All you got to know is that this universe exists with fuckloads of superheroes and that the Avengers exist within that universe, and you're fine.
But I feel like you got to get a feel for the characters, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I guess.
Their motivations, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
But anyways, yeah, I haven't watched Game of Thrones yet either, but my bro-in-law is gonna hook me up with his HBO Go account for
cool,
so I can get in it.
Yeah, I want to watch Game of Thrones. That's one of those things that I've been trying to like. I watched the first season like twice, and like I don't know, if I were to go and try to watch it again, I'd have to rewatch the first season because I have to watch it all like fresh. You know what I mean? Because my memory is so bad, I have to watch it like back to back, or I'll just forget what happens. You know,
it'll probably be the best thing you ever do for your entire life. Me too. It's like really depressing. This is all we'll ever have, Brent. So you need to watch Game of Thrones.
Okay.
It's like one.
You know, I'm excited though because when I finally do get into it, I have like so much Game of Thrones to watch. You know what I mean? So it's kind of exciting. You know?
Yeah, but you're gonna get it all spoiled if you don't watch it.
I mean, but again, you know, my memory is so awful. Like, I'm not really going to remember any of these spoilers, you know? I have to watch 9 seasons of Game of Thrones to like, catch up. You know
8.
what I mean?
I mean, there's only 7.
Oh, 7?
To catch up, and then the 8th one is the final one that's out right now.
Well, 8, yeah. I probably won't watch it until the 8th one's done. I don't know, man. Yeah.
It'll be done in like a month.
I'm just going to wait.
Yeah, plus, like I said, this is going to be the greatest thing that you ever do.
I'm going to lock myself in a room one day and just chain watch it for like a week. You know,
make sure you've done everything else you want to do with your life first, you know, because like it ends there. Like I haven't been happy since I finished the last episode that I saw. Like nothing excites me anymore.
Damn, bro.
You know, like I just sometimes will just look into the mirror and question everything. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's a good show though. It's not that good, but it's that good.
Oh, we should move on to the news, probably.
Oh yeah, we have a show to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's jump into the video game news. You guys already know we ain't stealing this shit. We're just using it. So just, you know, don't fuck with us, okay? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this is all from other various sources around the web.
Yeah.
But our commentary is our own.
It is. We commentate a lot of stuff. Okay, so the Sonic the Hedgehog live-action movie has received a trailer.
Oh,
have you seen this trailer?
I saw it. Okay,
me too.
What do you think?
Well, let's give the little overview, and then we'll talk about it for the people who haven't seen it.
Slap it on me.
If you haven't seen it, basically, you get a nice overview of the story. As you might expect, it's a familiar tale of Sonic going up against Robotnik, who is up to no good in San Francisco. This time, though, the bad doctor appears to be affiliated with the military G-Men, investigating what's up with the Blue Hedgehog. He's also surprisingly sassy for an evil doctor, and the end of the trailer teases a more familiar look for him. This looks like the worst shit I've ever seen, though.
Yeah, I mean, to be frank, it doesn't look that good.
It's like, why? First off, the song choice. Nobody wants Sonic the Hedgehog with fucking Coolio. Like, what does that even mean?
And did they really have to have him go, gotta go fast?
God.
Like, are you fucking kidding me?
And then they're like, every hero has a genesis. Did you hear that line?
No, I did not hear that.
It made my heart just like flutter a little bit, not in a good way. It was like I was slowly dying. But like,
you know what's the worst thing about all of this?
What's that?
Is that I'm probably gonna go see.
Well, we have to. It's like part of our thing.
Yeah,
we have to do that.
We have to.
That's our excuse whenever we're going in. They're like, it's like, oh, I need a ticket to Sonic the Hedgehog, and then they look at you.
Please don't do this.
They just say I need the ticket, and you're like,
they're
what?
like shaking their head
yeah,
no
it's like,
the whole time.
I have to. I don't think you understand. No, but yeah, he looks really bad.
Really bad.
He looks like like his teeth. He has. This is where I thought about the human teeth thing earlier. He has human teeth on this like weird like.
It's so weird, dude.
Somebody
they picked the weirdest features
to capitalize on.
Yeah,
it's like if Detective Pikachu was done by a ripoff, like a guy who was like, oh, I can do that too.
You know that show Tidying Up with Marie Kondo on Netflix? There's this meme, and it's like the chick from the show, Marie Kondo, and on the top meme, it's like, this one pleases, and it's a picture of like Pikachu from Detective Pikachu, and it's like, this one does not please, and it's like Sonic with the fucking real ass teeth hanging out.
That's so hilarious, dude. But yeah, this is made by the people who made the Fast and the Furious. That's why this is gonna be utter garbage. They were like,
at least we know it'll be fast.
Yeah, like I feel like that was the only thing they had to provide.
They're
so
like, shit, who can make a fast ass movie, dude? Maybe even a little furious.
No, they're just like, okay, we just need the fast part. Like, if y'all could just cut back on the furious part. It's just
make
fast.
it like not furious at all.
It's so
just like mainly just fast.
And so Sonic basically and Jim Carrey is literally just Jim Carrey with a mustache.
It's Count Olaf in a fucking different costume. Like.
He's just like is literally just Jim Carrey. He's like Bumblebee tuna, and like they're just like yes, this is it. This is it.
It's perfect. And then did you notice that other A-list celebrity? I forgot his name, but he was like a main character, obviously, in the fucking movie. Who is that?
It looked like the guy from Fast and the Furious.
Man, he's in he played like Superman in something, I think. Fucking God, what's that guy's name?
Hold on, I'm checking it right now. But what about him?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's just I'm surprised that there's more than just like that their budget allowed from another star than Jim Carrey.
James Marsden.
James Marsden,
I believe is his name. But see, the real problem. Oh, it is James Marsden. He was in that movie. Was it?
Oh, he's in Westworld, huh?
Yeah.
He plays the cowboy in Westworld.
He's Cyclops.
Oh shit, he's Cyclops too.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And Straw Dogs, he was in that movie.
Oh fuck, yeah, he was.
He's in everything.
He's in everything, man. I like that guy. He's a good actor. If anything,
got a crazy jawline, dude.
Yeah,
that dude's just like
he would make a great Superman if he hasn't already played Superman.
Right?
Don't you think he would just like he kind of like has that look, like that Clark Kent kind of vibe?
He's like the more adult version of the dude from Smallville.
Smallville, dude, that would be a perfect like Smallville reboot character, dude. Like
not even a reboot, just Superman.
Like a continuation.
He looks more like Superman than Henry Cavill does.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
But yeah, back to Sonic the Hedgehog or Sonic the Fuckhog, dude. Our old, like our old friend from the show. But anyways, like I was gonna say, the problem with this movie is the fact that they're already working on Detective Pikachu 2, and guess who's writing it?
The guy who wrote Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yes, the guy who's writing Sonic the Hedgehog is working on Detective Pikachu 2. The first Detective Pikachu was done by the Deadpool guy. So that's how you know it's going to be amazing and funny and heartwarming and good. And this next movie, the one after it, is going to be just polar opposite. It's going to be just trash surface level bullshit. Like just like everything they do. Everything Fast and the Furious is surface level bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. If somebody's like, "No, dude, that movie's got cool cars," I'm like, you're part of the problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude. There's other movies with cool cars and
Gone in 60 seconds.
I was about to say.
That one has Nicolas Cage in it, dude. If a movie with Nicolas Cage outdoes
or
your
like
movie of
any
the same
James
genre.
Bond movie has like dope ass cars and a good plot. You know what I mean? Like
exactly. But it's not family. No, just
okay.
Anyways, so let's move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had our spiel.
Following a leak or two, Valve has now formally debuted its virtual reality hardware solution named Valve Index. The official site promises high-fidelity VR with superior comfort and control. Pre-orders begin on May 1st, and pricing has been announced for the full set, along with the a la carte pieces of it. The centerpiece of the VR kit is the headset, which boasts two 1440 by 1600 RGB LCDs, promising more pixels and less screen door effect than OLED displays.
Damn.
It also runs at 120 Hz with optional 90 Hz and 144 Hz modes for higher frame rates. Valve promises a greater field of view than other devices, and the headset itself sports two off-ear near-field speakers to balance comfort and sound quality. Okay, I'm going to pause this
That
here
sounds like
for
a bad
second.
idea.
No. I mean, it does kind of sound like a bad idea, but and it looks like a bad idea too, but it honestly, I think it's going to be fucking sick, dude.
Wait, so is it away from your head, or is it like you set it somewhere in the room?
It's not touching your head, but it's like on your head. It's on the headset. It hangs by your ear and does like an audio like speaker, like it surrounds you basically in sound with by putting it in.
No, that's smart. Okay,
it's pretty cool looking. Like
what I was thinking was that people were uncomfortable with the headphones in, so they just sell you speakers that sit like out to the side.
No. Well, it's like they sit like maybe an inch away from your ear. You know what I mean? They just kind of like hang there. But they look pretty cool. They almost look like half of a microphone. It's weird.
It sounds like it'll be really good for like dynamic audio.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think that's kind of the idea there. Hang on, let's see, where was I? It says it also has an adjustable headband, kind of like the PSVR. Let's see. Swappable face pads. Finally, the headset has room for expansion and mods with cameras and a front expansion slot. A pair of custom-built controllers strap onto your hands and respond to natural movements like throwing or dropping held objects. Valve boasts that each controller has 87 sensors to help determine your movements and intent. The grip input helps determine how you're holding objects and finger tracking, and the controllers support a full range of standard buttons along with track button. A pair of base stations have a 160 degree by 115 degree field of view range and are expandable for up to 4 stations. The full Valve Index set costs $1,000, while the headset and controllers alone are $750. The headset is the most expensive single part at $500, and a pair of controllers are $280 by themselves. A single base station costs $150. Each of these are planned to ship by June 28th, 2019. This gives PC users another option for their VR support as the race for headset dominance continues, with other companies like Facebook and HTC having gained a following with their devices. Consoles are looking to support VR as well, and Sony has hinted that the next console will continue to support PSVR. So, I've actually seen some hands-on reviews, people that have actually tried this behind the scenes, some people higher up in the industry, I guess.
Yeah.
And everybody's saying once you try that 144 hertz refresh rate, like there's no going back. Like you feel like
shit.
Like apparently it's like the next step, like in fucking VR. Like this is allegedly the like new like gold standard. You know what I mean? So I mean $1,000 seems a little steep, but
give it time. It's because it's new technology.
Yeah, true that. And you got those crazy like 87 sensor controllers that like track your finger movements and stuff.
Shit.
So
it
you
tracks
can
your
like
fingers?
It tracks your fingers and you can like pick stuff up and like do things with your hands in the game. You know what I mean? Like,
damn, dude.
I don't know, man.
It's gonna get real, dude.
It's getting pretty crazy, dude. Like, I think you're gonna need a monster of a computer to run this thing, though. I mean, like that just seems. I don't know.
I mean,
it just seems that way.
Maybe you can
I mean?
use a Steam box, dude. No, I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm excited to see where that goes.
Yeah, and also, I mean, you get 4 of those sensors. I bet you're gonna have insanely good tracking. You know what I mean? I don't know. Worth looking into
stuff.
if you're a VR enthusiast for sure.
So, at the start of April, 343 Industries announced that it hoped it might be able to release Halo the Master Chief Collection's first PC beta test during the month. But now it turns out that's not going to happen. Community director Brian Gerard said on Twitter that the team had to delay the first beta test, or quote-unquote flight, in the Halo parlance, due in part to the complexity of the project. Here's his full statement. Hey, this project is complex, and being transparent means sometimes things change versus what we originally hoped. Work continues, but the first public flights are pushing out further than originally targeted. We'll share more info soon. There's no word yet as when the first flights will be available, but Jared added that a more in-depth blog post is coming this week with answers. So those of you PC Halo players, you're just going to have to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah. Hopefully not too much longer.
No.
So Avengers Endgame is out this week, putting it into the 10-year Infinity Saga arc. And just as it did to coincide with the previous Marvel blockbuster, Infinity War, Epic Games has introduced an Avengers crossover event into its little multiplayer game, Fortnite. The new in-game LTM splits players into 2 teams. One team will be aligned with Thanos and the Chitauri, while the others will be taking on the roles of the heroes. Team Thanos must find all the Infinity Stones and power up the Mad Titan so he can decimate the enemy forces, while the heroes can locate and equip weapons used by the Avengers to bring Thanos and his army down.
Nice. Did you try it?
I did. I was going to talk about it in currently playing, but I might as well just talk about it now. It's interesting, man. It's actually a lot of fun. It's really fresh feeling considering it, like Fortnite, in its main form is a little boring to me now. You know what I mean? But this is a lot of fun. You start out with like a treasure map and like a blue gun, or you start out as an alien with like an alien gun and like an alien grenade launcher. Or you start as Thanos, which is kind of fucking tight. You know what I mean? And I like to start as like, normal person though. And then you land and you have this treasure map. And you follow your treasure map and you get like a chest. And the chest has like...
whichever weapon.
An Avengers weapon in it. Or you can just find chests laying around that have Avengers weapons in them.
Yeah, I mean, can you like use multiple weapons?
Yeah. So like you can get like the Iron Man repulsors, which are fun as fuck. You can like fly around the level and like shoot fucking pew 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 pew. Or you can get the bow, Blackhawk's bow, with like a grappling hook attachment for the bow.
That's cool.
And you can get Captain America's shield. I'm not really sure what all the shield can do because I never found one. I kept finding the bows and the fucking Iron Man repulsors for some reason. And you can also get Thor's hammer, and you can like throw it and shit. And it's also really fun to be Thanos. It's the same Thanos from the Thanos mode from last time, only he's a little bit nerfed.
I also heard that he can get like all the pieces to like the gauntlet or whatever.
Yeah, it's tight. You have to like, that's like the objective of the game. So like you're trying to get the infinity pieces or whatever, and like every time you get one, all the people on your team like power up a little more. So, like, you
nice.
start off really weak, you know what I mean? All your dudes have, like, low health and stuff, and you have, like, low health if you're Thanos. But then as you get Infinity Stones, everybody on your team gets a little more powerful. And then once you get all of the Infinity Stones, the other team can't respawn anymore. And I think you only have, like, a certain amount of people on your team before you, like, lose. So you just have to get the Infinity Stones before you run out of, like, teammates.
Isn't that kind of weird, though, that this isn't even Battle Royale at this point? There's no part of this that's Battle Royale.
No, not
it's
at
just
all.
Team versus team.
Not at all, but it's really fun.
It is, but it's just crazy to me that it's like
I kind of like that it's not
Fortnite,
Battle Royale, though. You know what I
team
mean? Like,
deathmatch, yeah.
I think that they should implement, like, a permanent team deathmatch mode into Fortnite. I know that sounds crazy, but, like, that big map, it'd be fun to have, like, a Battlefield-style game with just, like, a fuckload of people, like, all respawning, you know?
I agree. And, like...
I mean, they have some stuff like that most of the time, like a limited time mode where it respawns or active, but, like, I want, like, a permanent staple mode. You know what I mean? Like...
Well, this is a little bit about something similar, but the next Call of Duty game has already been played by a select few American athletes. By that, I think they mean like gamer athletes. And they've shared images of them playing it on social media. Publisher Activision has yet to announce this year's Call of Duty, but it has confirmed that the new game will include a single-player campaign, even though Black Ops 4 did not have a traditional story mode. Activision also confirmed that Call of Duty 2019 will have a huge, expansive multiplayer world. So, like, I think we're finally starting to see the dying out of the Battle Royale, like, as, like, the main thing. You know what I'm saying? It's not as big as it was.
Yeah.
Once was. I think we've gone past the peak, you know, and we're just kind of like on we're over the hill.
I think it'll continue to be an option.
It'll prosper.
Games. You know what I mean? It's here to stay. You know what I mean? I don't think it's going anywhere. But you're right. I think it's past it, like the point where it's like, oh, it's like crazy that, oh shit, it's Battle Royale. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because so many have been made. Yeah, I think Call of Duty jumped on right as it was like at its peak. Now they're like, okay, we got what we wanted out of it. We'll just keep it as like a side mode.
But then
our
they
games.
said, like, we've got this expansive multiplayer world. I mean, that doesn't exactly exclude Battle Royale at all.
No, but they're bringing back
the
the story mode. Is my thing is like, because with the Battle Royale thing, they kind of took the story mode out. They were like, it's not that important.
I think they got like a little bit of backlash.
Of course,
I mean, you know, for taking out the story, and I think that they're like, okay, we could still put a story in here, guys. You know, like, let's go ahead and make a story for this one. You know.
Yeah, definitely. No, I think,
and that might just end up being something that Treyarch does. You know, like this is going to be Infinity Ward, right?
Or the other one,
or the other one,
hammer
Sledgehammer, yeah. But you know, it might just be where Treyarch ends up not doing campaigns for the rest of the time, and then the rest of them do. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it would kind of suck if we just never got another Call of Duty campaign ever again, and they keep putting out Call of Duty games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm personally like the campaigns. You know, I don't know.
I wouldn't mind if they took them away if they cut the price of the game.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, okay, we'll charge us only like $30 instead of the full game price, and then every year you get like a $30 Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wouldn't be a bad deal.
Yeah, I guess so.
Anyways, go ahead. What you got?
Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna do two because this one's really short.
Do it.
Epic's popular free-to-play battle royale game Fortnite has just added another Marvel skin. Joining the Black Widow skin is the new Star-Lord outfit, based on the Guardians of the Galaxy. And we got another one here. Sony Interactive Entertainment has given us a better idea of when to expect the next generation of PlayStation. SIE follows its recent earnings announcement with comments to Japanese press and Wall Street Journal reporter Takashi. Oh my gosh,
Takashi.
Yeah, Takashi. That's it for sure. Sorry.
What's the last name?
Mokishizu. Oh my gosh, I would not survive in a foreign country. Mokizuki.
Let me see it.
Mokizuki. I just had to sound it out. I think. Is it Mokizuki?
Yeah, it looks right. Mokizuki.
Okay, we're gonna go with that. Takashi Mokizuki tweeted about the company's statements via Engadget. The company announced that the next PlayStation will not be coming in the next fiscal year, which rules out any new consoles on shelves by April 2020. The company also recommitted a heavy investment into developing the next PlayStation. Last year, we had heard that the next generation PlayStation was still 3 years away, which would put it at 2021. Cerny, taking the wraps off with the first details, suggested that Sony could have moved that timeline up, possibly for a 2020 launch. This revelation doesn't rule out 2020 altogether, but it does mean that the company would need to aim for a summer or fall launch instead of spring. I don't know. I think they're reaching. They already said it's going to be 2021. I think we should just be patient.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, hold on. I had it brought up. Okay. Where is it at? The Nintendo Switch Online paid membership program is doing quite well, it seems.
Hey.
Nintendo has confirmed that 9.8 million people have signed up for the paid program since the service launched back in September.
Hell yeah. It's so cheap. You might as well,
Yeah. That does include, like, family memberships, though. So, take that with a grain of salt. I don't really know what that means.
Even at the family membership, you're at least getting $1 per person, at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like...
They're bringing in the mills, dude.
You're getting millies.
Yeah.
Millies.
It's a good little, little flood or a flow of money coming in there.
Hell yeah. It's like having another first-party title out, you know what I mean? Or something like that. Or like a really, really good selling one, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and they also talked about the Tetris 99. It says in the report, Nintendo called out Tetris 99 as a success story for Switch Online. The game is free, but it requires a Switch Online membership, and so far the game has been played by 2.8 million accounts. The title helped improve overall quote-unquote engagement on Nintendo Switch, the company said. They said, we plan to implement in-game events to encourage consumers to keep enjoying the game. Nintendo said, so they want to do like a team deathmatch, They might just turn it into Fortnite, but it's just...
Avengers in-game Tetris 99 crossover, dude.
It's like a little shield falls. And it makes no sense. You're up. What you got?
Oh.
You have to bat.
I'm up to bat. A new update for Mortal Kombat 11 has arrived, and it's a big one. This new update, which is available now on PS4 and coming to Xbox One, Switch, and PC soon, fixes exploits and issues, making changes to matchmaking, introduces some AI adjustments, and a lot more. You can see the full patch notes
at GameSpot
or wherever that is. In addition to the update, today marks the release of developer NetherRealm's response to the Mortal Kombat 11 microtransaction controversy. The studio maintains that it does not want to artificially push people to spend money on microtransactions, and in a thank you effort and a measure of good faith, the company is releasing a free in-game currency bundle for all Mortal Kombat 11 players. This bundle includes 500,000 coins with a K, 500 hearts, 1,000 souls, and 1,000 time crystals. The bundle is coming to PS4 with a new update today and should arrive. It's already out, actually. So, there you go. Boom. Get that free shit.
Hell yeah. So, we got us a huge letdown right here.
Uh-oh.
Atlas had 2 big reveals this week for its much-loved role-playing game, Persona 5.
Oh, yeah.
The first Persona 5, the first Persona 5, The Royale, is an enhanced version of the original game, complete with a new party member and an extra palace. The second, teased as Persona 5S, which many fans theorize would be a port to the Nintendo Switch, is indeed a Switch game, though not in the way many expected.
The cruelest of jokes, dude.
Persona 5 Scramble, The Phantom Strikers, is an action RPG from Dynasty Warriors developer...
Persona 5 shit.
That's a good... I like that one.
Sorry.
That's the truth, though. What did I tell you?
Dude, fuck Dynasty Warriors for ruining all my favorite franchises, bro. Like,
how do they still get to make
Warriors,
games?
Fuck Persona. Like, okay, I why? Why they do this? Why they do this to all these good games, man? Like,
they made a lot of money off of Hyrule Warriors.
fuck Hyrule Warriors, dude.
It's like, well, we want to bring this game to Switch, but it's just not powerful enough. Call those Dynasty Warriors guys. You know,
Dude.
like with anything.
Persona's gonna be stupid as hell in this way. Like, it is not. That's dumb as fuck. Like,
You already have to be in. You have to know all the characters and stuff to get the fanfare. But if you're a Nintendo owner and you've never played a Persona game, then at this point, it's just pointless.
It's like making a Pokemon Dynasty Warriors game or something. It's just fucking. It doesn't mean anything. You're not getting the journey there. I don't know. It just makes me so mad, dude. Like,
But the other funny thing is, it's not just coming to Switch. It's going to PlayStation as well.
how could Atlas let this happen, dude? I trusted them.
I don't know, man. It's
Persona
sad.
5 the Royale better be the fucking shit, dude, because fucking this is
Yeah.
some bullshit, bro.
Dynasty Warriors is like the herpes of video games.
Dude, oh my god. It is like my least favorite franchise of video games of all time.
They're like, we're gonna take all your favorite games and make them suck.
I would have been more happy with the fucking, like, Peggle crossover, dude. Like, fucking for real. Like,
Yeah, dude. Because like most people are saying, like they should have just not done anything. You know,
like, the only thing that's good about this is that it will be the first Dynasty Warriors game with good music in it.
nah, they did
That's for
Hyrule Warriors.
Oh yeah, okay, Hyrule Warriors, but still, man, I'm just so salty. Can we just
Yeah, let's
drop
move on.
this?
Let's move on. We'll never talk about this game again. Okay, what you got?
So cruel. So game developer Marcus Notch Pearson, who created the Minecraft franchise and sold it to Minecraft for $2.5 billion US dollars.
Billion.
I mean, to Microsoft, excuse me, for $2.5 billion US dollars, will not be involved with the franchise's upcoming 10th anniversary celebration event. A spokesperson for Microsoft told Vanity that they are excluding him due to his, quote, comments and opinions.
Yeah, he's got those. He's got a lot of
He
those.
does. I had to look him up. I didn't, it doesn't say in this article, for probably good reason, some of the things he said. And I had to look him up, and I will gladly tell you guys all about it.
Okay, let's hear it.
Let me tell you some of the things that, okay, so this is an article on The Daily Dot. I'm switching articles mid-article, and I'm going to go back to that other article.
Okay.
But this one says, Minecraft creator says he would rather be a fascist than have a, quote, feminine dick.
What the fuck does that mean?
That's the headline for the article.
What's a feminine dick?
I have no idea, dude.
Is that like a dick with like a wig and
That
makeup
seems like
on?
kind
or,
of like an oxymoron because, like, you know,
you can't have a feminine
yeah,
dick.
it's like, I don't know. But let's see. It says Minecraft creator Marcus Notch Pearson is sinking to new lows. On Tuesday, he tweeted that he would rather be a fascist cunt than have a feminine penis. Notch pinned the tweet after he encouraged his followers to punch a commie, as the only good commie is the one your fist is connecting with right this second. The tweets were controversial in their own right for seemingly condoning violence. Blah, 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 blah. But the backlash didn't end after Notch's first tweet. Sasha, a non-binary anarchist and feminist who uses they, them pronouns, responded to... Oh, my God.
Wait, hold up. Out of all of those things, the only thing that really bothered me is the fact that he gets the title, or whatever, they gets the title anarchist. Anarchist.
Yeah, non-binary anarchist.
I want that title.
How can you just be a non-binary anarchist? Like,
Dude, since I was a fucking, like...
She go around, like, spray painting A's on stuff and stuff?
That's what I'm saying. When I was a 12-year-old, I was putting the anarchy symbol on my binder. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm an anarchist because
I feel like
did
if you
that.
were an anarchist, you wouldn't give a shit what pronoun people called you. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I feel like
anarchy.
Anarchy in general is like, you know, going against the social norms. So it makes sense. But I didn't know you could legitimately be an anarchist and still live in a society. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know if it works that
It's
way.
an oxymoron. You can't just be living in the US of A and be an anarchist.
Well, regardless, the
Yeah.
anarchist said that responded to Notch's punch a commie post by writing back, "Suck my feminine dick, fascist cunt." 1 minute later, Notch quote tweeted Sasha, exposing their post to his 3.7 million followers. And he said, "I'd rather be a fascist cunt than have a feminine dick. So gladly," Notch replied. The tweet continues with him saying, "Wait, no, not the last pa," without the art, as if to soften the blow. And that's all they say about that. So
with more context, it becomes, a little bit more obvious what's happening here.
Yeah.
But yeah,
he's still saying some crazy shit.
He's still saying some crazy shit.
Anyway, so with that out of the way, with the context there,
okay,
they're not having him at the...
Was that the only comment? They were just like, that's the one. Because there's a lot more.
Yeah, I know he said some other pretty radical shit, but I think that's the one that put the nail in the coffin,
the
if
fascist
you will,
coffin,
the proverbial coffin.
Yeah, but like he said some stuff about like proud to be white and like all this stuff. Like it wasn't verbatim that. It was something more like it's okay to be white or something like that, which it's like,
well, that's, yeah, it is okay.
It is okay, but you're just stirring up the nonsense at that point. Like, I feel like he got his billions of dollars, and now he's bored as fuck because he has nothing to do. He literally beat the game. He's done, like this is Grand Theft Auto at the end of it, like, so, like at this point, he's like just begging for like any type of like action or like
dude, if I had $2 billion, I guarantee you I could find some action, bro.
See, the house that he bought, it was Jay-Z and Beyonce were looking at buying it, and he put the highest bid and bought the house. It was $70 million, California, which is really ridiculous. But my thing is like, I feel like he had a purpose when he was making Minecraft, and like, they spent so long working on that game. And like just years and years in beta, and then finally he sells it, the only thing he has, and now he's just this man with a fedora who just has nothing, it just all
except
the money
for
in
a fuckload of money.
Yeah, but dude, what's he gonna do with it?
Everything, dude.
He probably
literally
has done everything.
Everything you could possibly imagine is what he could do with it. Like
what? Okay, hold on. I got a question for you.
He could build a fucking rocket ship right now, dude, if he wanted to.
That's true. I'm not making excuses for the guy. I'm just saying, I feel like he's reached that existential point that not many people will ever reach, where they're like, I am one of the richest people alive, and I have everything I could ever want and more. I'm just bored, like
that's when you hire a person
to
come fucking think of fun ideas for you, dude.
It's like,
if you're that rich, bro, you can do anything.
I get that. I
don't think he gets that though. I think you're right. I think he's at that point, but I don't think he realizes, like, man,
like he
could just do anything. He could go buy a giraffe and ride it around fucking Africa all day if he wants.
Or in New York City,
dude,
which is where I would ride a giraffe if I had
dude.
$2.4 billion.
You want a little excitement, man.
Or do something for the planet. I would go fucking save the whales, dude.
Go save a whale.
I would fucking ride my giraffe into the ocean to save the whales. The giraffe might not survive, but the whales
giraffe will
will
be fine. You'll buy him a little fucking, like, scuba helmet.
Get it, like... You have to like hire Elon Musk to like design like a giraffe helmet that can like it's chump change. Anyway, so you got anything else?
Yeah. Is it? Do you have anything else?
No, I'm good on the news.
All right. Well, just sit back and relax, buddy.
I'm in,
because you got a lot more news coming from over here.
Okay.
It appears that the Madbox console from Project Cars developer Slightly Mad is going to need to find a different name. Following a trademark dispute, the studio has withdrawn the application.
Yeah, so basically they just like had an issue with the copyright on the name Madbox. So which isn't a big deal. I feel like every company runs into bullshit like that. So they just have to change the name of it.
They'll probably just change the name. But this does kind of draw a problem. It goes on in the article. It talks about the contest they had. I don't know if you remember the slogan contest where they're going to give the people $10,000 and then free games for life or whatever. So now it's like, okay, that slogan can't work, Does that guy still get $10,000 and free games for life?
They'll probably still use the slogan, just change the name of the box.
Well, what if the slogan directly correlated to it being the Mad Box? You know what I mean?
Well, they still got some community out of it and made someone happy, and will probably buy their shit either way, even if they don't use the slogan.
Yeah, True that.
Yeah, I feel like it's good marketing either way. It'll happen.
Okay. So
Maybe.
We got tech giant Microsoft is rising to new heights.
The levels.
After reporting strong earnings results last week, the company reached a valuation of above $1 trillion for a period of time. This happened by way of Microsoft's share price jumping as a result of a positive earnings report, which in turn pushed the company's total market valuation above $1 trillion for the first time ever. Share prices later dropped, decreasing the overall valuation to about $995 billion. Apple and Amazon are the only other companies to ever reach a $1 trillion market valuation based on share prices. They have also retreated. Microsoft is at $995.4 billion market valuation. Currently is ahead of Apple. Is ahead of Apple. $973.2 billion and Amazon $942.8 billion. Stock prices are constantly changing, blah blah blah.
Besides the fact that they have Windows and a lot of other stuff, it still blows my mind that there's anything that is beating out the valuation of Amazon at the moment.
Or Apple. Wow.
Apple is phones, though. Really, it's like MacBooks and phones. They're kind of bougie. It's very select, I feel like.
Yeah, but think about it, man. Everybody's got a phone. And 60% of the people who have phones have Apples.
Got that Apple. That's true.
That's a huge, huge market. You know what I mean?
I just feel like Amazon's so predatory and has so much shit going on that it's just I just don't understand how they're not number one at all times.
I think Amazon's got better competition. You know what I mean?
True.
Apple has Android as their competition. You know what I mean? And HTC, but come on. You know what I mean? Apple's really got very little competition, whereas Amazon's got eBay and every other online store ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. True. Didn't think about that. Anyways, what you got?
Let's see. So, okay, I'm a little confused about this one, and I'm a little conflicted about if I should even tell you guys about it, because I couldn't find the demo earlier. But I'm going to go ahead and read it to you, because I know there's probably a way. Downloading Nintendo's new special online demo for Mario Tennis Aces, which goes live on April 26th at 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. Eastern Time, and continues until May 3rd, gets you a free 7-day trial to Switch Online. Whether you use the trial to play Mario Tennis Aces or a totally different game is up to you. So there you go. Get that free shit. Also, you get some free costumes for playing the demo. But again, I can't find the demo online. I was trying to download it earlier today.
Do you own the game?
No.
Oh, okay. I was about to say maybe if you own it, there's no demo. But
I wish I owned it.
I'm sure you just go to the game's actual page and then it'll say
I looked. I didn't see it.
Huh. Weird.
It's weird. Let's see. I won't read the whole article, but Respawn is saying that they're pushing off all its current Titanfall projects and focusing exclusively on Apex Legends and Star Wars. So don't expect any new Titanfall stuff.
That's fine.
Yeah, I think we're all okay with that. Apex is set in the Titanfall world anyway, so it's
yeah,
got a little bit of the soul still in there. We talked about Nintendo's earnings report, didn't we? Oh, no.
Yep.
Wait, we didn't talk about the fact that it outsold the N64, did we?
No, we didn't.
Okay, it's officially outsold the N64.
It's big news.
Yeah, N64, its lifetime sales were at 32.93 million. Recently, we have found out that the Switch is at 34.74 million. So we're already 2 million ahead, which is pretty cool. Still hasn't caught up to the Wii, which stands at 101.63 million, which is pretty crazy.
Mark my words, I don't think it will ever catch up to that. I don't think Nintendo will ever sell a console at that, like, that many consoles ever again.
No. Now, I want to know if the PlayStation is close to that.
The PlayStation has beat the Wii, I thought.
It?
It's like, no. It's like
if
right
it hasn't
behind
beaten it, it's like right on the... It's like really, really close if it's not.
Yeah, because I think the PS2 was the highest selling console of all time, and then like the Switch is like right behind it somewhere.
Really?
Or not the Switch, the Wii.
That's really interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sorry, Persona stuff, Call of Duty stuff. Oh, new World War Z game selling really good. They said they're humbled and thrilled, and they're going to keep putting out content for it, and it has sold like 1 million copies, which is really cool. It's actually getting really good reviews, and a lot of people in this little group I'm in are talking about how good it is. Like, it's like basically Left 4 Dead in third-person mode, and everybody's loving it. So
nice.
If you want a sleeper hit zombie game, that might be the one to go for.
Yeah, I think that was the... It uses the same engine, right? As
No, I think it has its own engine entirely. It's got hang on, let me see. It uses... Sorry, I gotta find it. It uses its own Saber's own Swarm engine, which is capable of rendering hundreds of zombies on screen at once.
Nice.
Yeah, and again, I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Same. I heard
everybody seems to be
good.
really enjoying it. So
better than Days Gone.
Yeah.
So, you got anything else?
That's all I got right there.
All right, so let's jump over to this week's releases, where I'm going to let you know what new games are coming out in the next 7 days. We're going to start it off with SNK 40th Anniversary Collection coming to Xbox One on May 3rd for $39.99. The SNK 40th Anniversary Collection includes classic titles such as Alpha Mission, Athena, Crystalis, Ikari Warriors 2, Victory Road, Ikari Warriors 3, The Rescue, Guerrilla War, POW, Prehistoric Isle, Psycho Soldiers, Street Smart, TNK 3, and Vanguard. And then, so we got Giga Wrecker Alt coming to Switch on Xbox One, or Switch and Xbox One and PS4 on May 2nd for $24.99. In the near future, where Earth has been ravaged by robot invaders, the fate of the planet rests on the shoulders of a young girl who becomes more than human. Saved from death and cursed with cybernetic powers beyond comprehension, it's up to Rikeji to save humanity from the evil Ajit in this exciting new game from legendary developer Game Freak. Oh, really?
Oh, wow. Okay.
What the fuck?
Interesting.
Didn't even hear about that. So, Giga Wrecker combines frantic platforming, intense combat, and physics-based puzzle challenges into one exciting adventure.
I kind of want to check that out.
Yeah, it's coming to Switch. I'll definitely give it a check it out.
That's very interesting.
Give it a check it out.
Another Nintendo Switch fucking
possible gem.
Game Freak mashup, dude. What?
Hell yeah, dude. Then we got Starlink Battle for Atlas coming to PC on April 30th for $59.99. Y'all already know what that is. It's just coming to PC now.
Yeah, it's just the same game minus all the Star Foxy stuff that makes it great.
Yeah, all the good shit. Dude, you can buy that game for like $20 now, like the physical copy,
really?
And it comes with the like giant like R-Wing.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
That's kind of cool.
And we got Fade to Silence coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC on April 30th for $49.99. Can you survive in an environment of unrelenting winter, fighting not only hunger and monsters, but also nature itself? You take the role of Ash, a natural but tormented leader. If in that role you explore a post-apocalyptic frozen wasteland to gather the resources necessary to establish a refuge for survival. And then we got Cyberpunk Bartender Action, Valhalla, but it's spelled VA11 Hall A. Coming to PS4 and Switch on May 2nd for $14.99. Valhalla Cyberpunk Bartender Action is a boozem-up about waifus, technology, and post-dystopia life. In this world, corporations reign supreme. All human life is infected with nanomachines designed to oppress them, and terrifying white knights ensure that everyone obeys the laws. But this is not about those people. You are a bartender at Valhalla, affectionately nicknamed Valhalla. Although it is just a small bar downtown, it attracts the most fascinating people this side of dystopia. Keep your clients lubricated, and you will be made privy to the most interesting stories. Sounds kind of cool.
That does sound kind of cool.
It's like a nice, like, just chill, like, it's coming to Switch. I'm definitely going to check that out.
I like that you're like an NPC almost in this game. It's like, you're not like the main, it's not like in the war and shit going on. You're just a bartender in this weird setting. That's kind of fun.
Just make nice drinks and shit.
Yeah. I can get behind that.
Then we got Close to the Sun, coming to PC on May 2nd. I couldn't find a price for this game. Close to the Sun casts players back to the height of Nikola Tesla's career in the late 1890s, charging them with boarding a mysterious ship complex created by the man himself to bring the greatest minds of the world together in an alternative version of history. Though his various scientific breakthroughs have, even at this early stage, had a major impact on the rest of the world, it quickly becomes apparent that something, somewhere on this ship, has gone disastrously wrong, and history is not playing out as it should. Players take on the role of Rose, a young journalist searching for her sister in this first-person horror adventure with Close to the Sun's water-laden world offering no way of escape and no easy answers to the riddles aplenty therein. It looks exactly like BioShock.
That sounds exactly like The Invisible Hours. Can I tell you just in a brief the synopsis of The Invisible Hours? Like, the whole point of the game is Nikola Tesla has this great invention, and he brings all the world's greatest minds together so he can decide who's worthy of, like, finding his invention or whatever. I don't know. It just sounds like the plot sounds awfully familiar.
Yeah,
let me just say that.
The art style and the underwater world seem awfully familiar, too. Even the logo looks like BioShock.
So it's first-person horror?
Yep, first-person horror.
Interesting.
And you're in a water world. Then we got Shakedown Hawaii coming to Switch, Vita, 3DS, and PC on May 3rd for $19.99. From the makers of Retro City Rampage, Shakedown Hawaii brings the V-blank open-world universe into the 16-bit era, powered up with destructible environments and an arsenal of supercharged weapons. Shakedown Hawaii takes the open-world action to the tropics. Set some 30 years after the events of Retro City Rampage, the game follows the player as he comes out of early retirement to build his neglected corporate empire. So, have you ever seen Retro City Rampage?
No.
It's basically like it's like an isometric, like third person, like I guess like retro looking game, but it's an open world, like it's almost like Grand Theft Auto. Like it's pretty
top down. Like
it's not top down. It's like from the like Final Fantasy, like that
like
type.
Like a side kind of.
Almost to the side, that the isometric. Yeah, so like it's that, but open world. So like there's no like stop and load each area. It's stuff that you couldn't do back in the day. It's like if you took Grand Theft Auto and stuck it in like a 16-bit
Are there like
era.
Cars and shit? Or?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, weapons and all that stuff. It's pretty neat looking.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong on what the game is actually about, but that's what it seemed like. And then we got World End Syndrome coming to Switch and PS4 on May 2nd for $39.99. The romantic mystery visual novel World End Syndrome combines the thrills of love and mystery. Meet the beautiful characters designed by Yuki Kato, lead artist of the Blaze Blue franchise. Explore the picturesque seaside town and discover a nightmare that seems to recur every 100 years. World End Syndrome follows the story of a 17-year-old high school junior trying to escape his troubled past. After causing an accident resulting in his older sister's death, he receives an invitation to transfer to Mehate High School. He takes it gratefully, hoping to start a new life and forget his past. But Mehate Town is not the coastal paradise it appears to be. It is home to the legend of the Yomibito, where the dead come back to life every 100 years. Once resurrected, the Yomibito attack the living to regain their sanity, but the dead's thirst is never quenched. This year happens to be 100 years since the last known incident. As the protagonist navigates this new life with a colorful cast of new friends, a student at Mahati High suddenly dies. The murder sends shockwaves through the idyllic town as he finds himself caught in a string of strange incidents, romance, and unforgettable summer experiences.
Hey.
Yeah, it sounds hot. No, I'm just kidding. It's like a weird anime visual novel. Anyways, Steel Division 2 is coming to PC on May 2nd for $39.99. Set on
Steel Division 2 or
Steel, like steel, Steelix.
Okay.
Division 2.
Steel
Set on the Eastern Front of World War II in 1944, Steel Division 2 is the real-time military strategy sequel that finds players taking command of vast armies during Operation Bagration, I don't know, covering the Soviet counterattack against Axis forces and Belarus. Okay, and then we got Guard Duty coming to PC on May 2nd. Couldn't find a price for this, but Guard Duty is a comedy adventure that spans two radically different time periods: the cobbled streets of medieval Wrinklewood and the future dystopia of Neo-London, complete with cheeky humor, stylized cartoon pixel art, and a story that blurs the lines between fantasy and sci-fi. Cool. Then we got Puyo Puyo Champions coming to PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC on May 7th for $9.99. Whether you're looking to sharpen your skills or want to see what all the excitement is about for the long-running and beloved puzzler game series, Puyo Puyo Champions lets you partake in the popping sensation with 24 lovable characters to choose from and new features designed to make the game accessible to players of all skill levels.
Wow, remind me not to buy any games this week.
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm doing right now. And then we got Bird Game Plus Edition coming to Switch on May 3rd for $4.99. In Bird Game, a third-person flying adventure featuring an iconic black and white 3D art style, guide a majestic bird through a detailed world that grows all around you. This flying adventure is full of challenging obstacles, hostile enemies, and punishing bosses, complete with a serene soundtrack. A difficult yet relaxing experience awaits all those who wish to be one with nature. And the plus part of it is that you get, there's an endless mode for players who seek to fly as long as they can. Yeah. And then we got Crash Bots coming to Xbox One on May 1st for $9.99. In Crash Bots, take control of the latest line of robots and test their fighting capabilities, agility, and endurance in various arenas filled with dangerous obstacles, booby traps, and enemies. And then we got Tower of Dragonasia coming to PS4 on April 30th. Couldn't find a price, but experience a unique action-packed adventure as a mythical dragon while fighting waves of dragons to ascend to the top of the Tower of Dragonasia. Play as 5 unique dragons as you venture through 3 worlds of carefully crafted levels and countless waves of enemies in order to climb the mysterious Tower of Dragonasia. Then we got The End Is Nigh coming to PS4 on April 30th for $14.99. This is out on everything else. It's just coming to PS4. Then we got Duck Game coming to Switch on May 2nd for $12.99. Duck Game is a non-stop quack attack that pits up to 4 friends against each other in fast-paced multiplayer combat. With tons of weapons and more than 50 different arenas to fight in, players must adapt and adjust strategy on the fly. Gain aerial superiority by combining a jetpack with a minigun, corner opponents with a net gun, or rain good old-fashioned grenades on them from afar. Duck Game's infinite replayability and persistent ridiculousness will have friends and foes battling beak and nail to decide who is king of the couch.
That's the best sounding game you've said you've read so far.
It really is. But just to follow up Duck Game, we got Bomb Chicken coming to PS4.
Oh, shit, dude.
The birds are duking, dude.
Dude.
April 30th for $14.99. Bomb Chicken is a platforming puzzle action game that sees players laying bombs to solve puzzles and escape dangerous situations. After a freak accident, a seemingly ordinary chicken becomes a bomb-laying free-range hero. Explore the versatile mechanic of laying bombs in this explosive game. Discover the darkest kept secret of the fast food giant known as BFC, their best-selling addictive blue hot sauce, and answer the ultimate question: which came first, the chicken or the bomb? And then we got...
That doesn't sound as good as Duck Game, dude.
No, definitely not. But then we got Box VR coming to PSVR and PC on April 30th for $19.99. Box VR brings music-enhanced, boxing-inspired workouts to virtual reality gaming. Leading fitness instructors have worked with the game designers to craft a variety of boxing workouts specifically designed to destroy calories in the most entertaining way ever devised. Ever. From short 3-minute warm-ups to 20-plus minute endurance workouts, Box VR has got everything you need for a fantastic cardio workout. And then we got Shadows of Adam coming to Switch, PC, May 3rd. For $14.99. Shadows of Adam brings a compelling story, unique fast-paced battle system, and modernized visuals to the RPG genre. Nope. And then we got Reverse Crawl coming to PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC on May 7th for $12.99. Forget the usual heroes. In the unique tactical adventure RPG Reverse Crawl, you get to play as the monsters. Reverse Crawl inverts the classic dungeon crawling premise, putting players in the claws and armored boots of monsters, undead, and other fantasy enemies in a quest to defeat heroic warriors and their Red Queen.
Hey.
And then lastly, we got one more bird game, Purple Chicken Spaceman, coming to Xbox One on May 3rd for $9.99. Purple Chicken Spaceman is a zany, tough-as-nails cartoon 2D space shooter with a plucky soundtrack featuring all new tracks by the incorrigible Perry Grip.
Hey.
Okay, that was a lot.
Wow.
A lot of trash.
Bullshit, yeah.
Lots of chicken games, or like bird games.
Yeah, bird-themed games, yeah.
Yeah, someone out there is wanting them, I imagine. They did some like research on that first.
I hope something good comes out next week, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's pretty whack, dude.
It's really whack. But there's already such a good list of games on Game Pass right now and on Switch, which we will get into in a second.
A lot of good stuff on Game Pass to get into for sure.
We got to do our free games with gold next, which for the Xbox One, you can download Marooners.
Do it slow. Do it slow. I got to make sure. I forgot about PlayStation.
Marooners is coming out on May 1st. Through the 31st to Xbox One. And then also the Golf Club 2019 featuring PGA Tour is coming on May 16th through June 15th. And you can still grab Outcast Second Contact until May 15th. And then the games on Xbox 360 as well as one are Earth Defense Force Insect Armageddon, which is coming on the 1st through the 15th, and then Comic Jumper from May 16th through the 31st. So you're looking at a good amount of terrible games right there. You know, not a single one of those piqued my interest. But
yeah, it's looking like PlayStation hasn't made it official yet with their stuff. I think within 24 hours we should know, but right now we do not know.
We'll have it on the next episode.
Yeah, I'll let you know for sure.
Yeah, so let's jump on over to currently playing now that you know what crappy games you can buy or get for free this month. It's really sad. But anyway, so currently playing. You want to start? You want me to start?
How about you kick it off?
Kick out.
Kick it out.
So I've been playing. I thought I would finish Final Fantasy IX by now, but I kind of got sidetracked. I had a lot of stuff I had to do this week. I played a little bit more of it, but the real meat of my week in video games, this is where I got sidetracked, was Monster Hunter World.
Yes.
So I downloaded this on Game Pass because it came like this month to Game Pass, and I've always kind of brushed it off as like, I probably wouldn't have fun with that. I'll wait till it's free, and here it is. You know, it's free. Download it. Fucking amazing, dude. I love it. I love it.
Really?
Yeah, dude. It's like I didn't expect it to be this like this technical. Like something about it is so cool because there's so many different, you know, like techniques you can go about with like catching the monsters, and like the monsters all have it's like so deep and so meta. Like there's so much like you know, they might have like a resistance to fire weapons or whatever, and it's not that your weapons are, you know, have like any fire look to them or whatever. It's just like, oh, this one does like some type of fire damage and all this stuff, and you have to look for all this. And like it's not like just obvious. It's not like you walk in and it's like, okay, I know what to do with this monster, you know. But like, so you can learn like I chose to do like the it's this weapon where I get like this beetle. It's like a kinsect is what they're called, and he's like always attached to my arm, but I can like throw him out and I can upgrade him, and he like does shit for me. But I have like a double-sided like, blade. It's like a sword, so it's kind of like a Darth Maul type situation, but I can like stick my blade into the ground and like flip up into the air and like do crazy shit.
Oh, cool.
But it's not like it just automatically hits the monster. Like it has that Dark Souls feel to it where you actually have to land the hits, and control the camera. And like if you don't land the hit, you don't land the hit, and they might fuck you up. You know, and like there's certain parts of the monster that are stronger or weaker and like take more damage. And like it doesn't present that to you. You just have to figure it out. And like you go on these hunts, and like me and Josh, one of the people in the group, Josh Pantoa, we both played together, and we were on the same rank. We were like rank 4, so it's like our third monster or whatever. But it takes like 45 minutes for the hunt. Like it's not
kill a monster. Like
so like you go out into the open world part, and you can just like collect, like you can catch like normal animals and stuff like that and have them as pets like back at your house and like stuff like that. But you track down like, oh, there's a footprint, or oh, there's mucus on the thing, and like you slowly like track down monsters
like super fucking huge.
Oh dude, and they'll like fight each other randomly. Like
cool.
Like I was like chasing down this one, it's like this water creature, so like it just like jump in and out of the water, and like it's like this kind of like shallow puddle area, and like he runs off to this other section, and this giant thing, it's like I forget what it's called, it's like a behemoth thing, and it's just like they get into this fight, and like the water one is like spinning around it like spiraling. It's like watching Godzilla versus like a serpent type creature. So cool, dude. And just like it's so rewarding whenever you finally kill that monster, and like you get all of its the material off of it, like its claws and stuff, and you can go back and just completely like upgrade your weapons with it and stuff like that.
Yeah,
super fun. So much to do in it. So like you have to go to like wiki to figure out all the stuff, because as much as the tutorials like help, they don't talk about everything. So but yeah, anyways, you need to get it. It's
Dude,
on Xbox
I
One.
think I will. I've already got it downloaded. I just need to play it, really.
Yeah, like you should go home tonight. I mean, if you're going to play games tonight, and you should play through like the beginning thing, get to like rank 4, and then we should all like you, me, and Josh hook up and go fucking obliterate some monsters, dude.
Hell yeah. I already know, though, I'm going to get some kind of gun. If there's a gun, I'm going to be the gun guy. You know what I mean?
There's definitely guns. But anyways, I've just been like all day. I just daydream about that game now, like because I'm think of all the different shit. Like
you're hooked, bro.
I'm hooked.
They got you.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah. So I want to play some tomorrow when I have some free time. Anyways, what have you been playing?
So I played the Fortnite thing, and I came over here and I played a little bit of Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
We
to put
played
that
a little bit of that together. That was fun. We had our ship all upgraded, and I want to get a little further into that. That's a lot of fun.
It's a really good couch co-op game.
And then I've been playing Batman Arkham Knight. I skipped Origins. I think I'm going to come back to it later. But, man, holy shit. Okay, let me just start by saying, like, Arkham Asylum is a good game. Even though it's old, it's a good game. You know, it stands on its own 2 legs. Mm-hmm. You know, Arkham City is a great game. You know, it's a really fun game. Like, a lot of awesome attention to detail, a big city. Arkham Knight is a fucking masterpiece, dude.
Really?
I'm not exaggerating. It's like a 10 out of 10 amazing game. Like every little detail is incredible. Like it's just a fucking masterpiece, dude. Like it's got all the like fun fighting mechanics from the last games, but they've been like polished to like a new height. All the like little things about combat have been like expedited and made better. Like aerial takedowns are different. Like a lot of different combat things have been improved. The fucking city is huge. You got a fucking Batmobile now, and the Batmobile can like slam through fucking walls and shit. Like if you hit like a wall, you don't just like bounce off the fucking wall. Like a whole Batmobile sized chunk of the fucking wall explodes all over the fucking street, dude. And like you can like turn your Batmobile into a tank with the push of a button and like drive around, and like it's just amazing, dude. And like It's so beautiful looking. It's easily the best superhero game I've ever played. Like, without a question in my mind. Like, it is so fucking good. And I'm only like 60% done with it. And I love it. It's so bold. Like, it's not afraid to just kill fucking staple Batman characters. Like, they don't mean shit, dude. You know what I mean?
That's awesome. Because
like,
it's like their own story, right?
Yeah. It's like, it's just killing important people and like fucking, it doesn't give a fuck, dude. Like, okay, I will say, you know, you can play this game without having played Arkham City. You can definitely play it without having played Arkham Asylum. You can play both of them without having played Arkham Asylum. Yeah, but I recommend going through the story in Arkham City before you play Arkham Knight, because it really, really puts that much more emphasis on what's going on. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, all three of the stories go so well together. But, like, dude, it's such a good game. Like, there's, like, so many different playable characters. Like, in the last one, you got a little taste of that by having the, like, Catwoman missions, you know? In this game, you play as Catwoman, you play as fucking Nightwing, you play as Detective Gordon for a little bit, you play as fucking, there's, like, this dude named, like, Azrael or something like that, and he's, like, this, like, red hooded fucking dope dude, and he's like wants to take Batman's spot whenever he dies or whatever, you know.
What the hell?
And so he's like trying to convince Batman to like let him be his predecessor, and Batman's like, oh, you gotta kick all this ass or whatever. So now he's like, you play as him, like fighting to impress Batman. I don't know, it's really weird. Like,
that's pretty cool.
The whole game, and there's so many like villains, and it's just like a fucking amazing game, dude. Like, I can't say enough good stuff about it. Like, it's
crazy that they haven't made a game since Arkham Knight.
Dude, yeah, I know, right? Well, they did Arkham VR, which, in my opinion, is one of the better VR games, you know what I mean? They did a great job with that one, too, but I don't know, man. Like, it's just, like, an incredible game, dude. Like, there's so much detail. Like, they got me with a jump scare, dude.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't even expecting it. Like,
in a Batman game?
Yeah, well, there's, like, a part, like, at the beginning of the game, like, okay, well, I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, don't spoil it, because I might play it. Is it on?
I'll let you borrow it if you want. I have the physical.
Oh, you bought it?
Yeah,
I
got the physical copy. It was only $13, dude.
Isn't Arkham
Best
City
$13
on...
fucking dollars I've ever spent, dude, for real.
Is Arkham City on Game Pass?
Arkham Asylum and Arkham City are on Game Pass, and they're remastered versions of them, so you can play, like, the... and if you like them, you're welcome to borrow Arkham Knight
City,
from
or
me.
Arkham Knight,
and
yeah.
I've got Arkham Origins too. I haven't played it yet, but I've got it on disc. But man, dude, so good. I thought I was gonna be done with Batman after this one, but I'm having so much fun with it. I think I might play Origins after.
No, good call,
dude. It's incredible, dude. Like, I'm sorry, I'll shut up, but like, dude, fuck. Like, it's so good.
There's a reason why they were so popular.
It's better than Spider-Man, that new Spider-Man game that came out. Like, okay, Spider-Man is its own game. It's a different thing altogether. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you know, there's obvious similarities. You know, it's better, dude. It just like it looks better even. Like, you know what I mean? Like, graphically it's better. Like,
it's more realistic.
It's
approach,
insanely good looking how good it is. Like, and it's not like the newest game. You know what I mean? What, did this come out in like 2015 or 2016 or something?
I think it came. It even had
maybe?
like a 360 version of
Dude,
it, right?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, but it's incredible how good it looks. I'm sorry, I'll stop, but dude, whoa, it is so good. And like the upgrades, everything about it is fucking incredible. And the jump scare got me good, dude. Like, and there's a lot of like cool perspective shift things. Like, they'll do little like cinematography tricks, you know? Like, you have this like imaginary Joker you talk to in your head or whatever, and like, you know, it's almost like Dexter, whenever he's like talking to his, you know, dead dad in Dexter, and how he'll just pop up in the scene and talk to you randomly. Like, you'll randomly have this like imaginary Joker that walks around and like talks to you all the time, and he'll just pop out of nowhere in the most random spots, and like, it's really fucking weird and like interesting because he like does basically like Batman's inner monologue. I don't know, it's so weird and like cinematic and good. I don't know, I can't get enough of it, man. And that's the thing, I haven't beat it yet because I'm really taking my time with it. I've had kind of a weird long week and I haven't had much time to like play, you know, but I'm gonna beat this one all the way. The other ones I just played the story and didn't really do any of the side shit. I know there's a lot of really cool side shit to do in the other ones that I kind of skipped over, But this one, I'm taking my time with it because it's just that good, man. It really is.
Cool. So I take it you liked it. Anyways, what else are you playing, or is that it?
That's it.
That's the one.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So let us know what you're currently playing in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast. We're going to jump on over to the topic of the show. And this week, in our ongoing series of our top 10 games from every console that we ever played and owned, is our favorite PS1 games.
Yes.
I had way less of a past with the PlayStation 1 than you did. I owned a PS1 as a kid, but when my house burned down the first time, I lost my PS1, and I never gained one back until I was an adult. So,
my thing about this list was, it was kind of a hard one for me to make. First of all, I have a lot of games I just love for PS1, I don't know. There's a couple that almost made the list that,
couldn't make the list.
Yeah, there's still some on my list that probably shouldn't be on a top 10 list, but they are.
Well, it's our favorite.
It's to me, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's our top 10, not the world's top 10.
Exactly, but just bear in mind, I almost put Harry Potter on this list because I love that game so much. You know what I mean?
That's fine. It's subjective. You put your top 10, dude.
Well, it's just. Well, we'll go on and read about it because I think the ones that I've got on here deserve to be on here. They really.
Okay.
Really deserve.
I went with my gut and games that I enjoyed. So we're gonna start with number 10. Do you want to start us off? You want me to start us off? I don't care.
I can start us off.
Okay.
So number 10 for me is gonna be Parappa the Rapper.
Parappa the Rapper. I remember.
So this is like one of the original rhythm games. You know what I mean? Like
it was like Guitar Hero before Guitar Hero.
Exactly.
But
and I still think about the songs from that shit all the time.
Really?
Like punch it all in the mind. Look inside and I'm trying to find better.
I like it.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking my shit, bro.
Okay.
And the style, they had that like Paper Mario kind of like 2D style, so it like looked good for the time.
It was
compared
very
to
90s.
Other things. It had like a really colorful art style.
Very 90s hip hop look to it, but like mixed with like Nickelodeon cartoon type.
Yeah, had a really Nickelodeon cartoon kind of vibe for sure.
Yeah, sign of the times, man. And then, my number 10 is Lego Racers.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
I spent so much fucking time in Lego Racers,
Hell yeah, dude.
That's one of those games where I like, it's a, how I always talk about, like, you feel like there's more to the game than there actually is.
Yeah.
It's like Lego Island and Lego Racers. Like,
Lego Island went hard. I had that on PC.
Dude. It's, like, so good.
We need to do a PC episode, like...
Oh, just like the PC games we played as kids.
Yeah, or
we need to do PC childhood, not PC.
Yeah,
like,
PC pre-2010 or something.
Way before that. Yeah, probably pre-2002.
Yeah, 2005.
I wouldn't even go that far. 2005 is like, maybe 2005. We would have been 12 at 2000. No, we wouldn't have.
No,
13.
Maybe even.
No, actually, no, 11.
I don't know, man. I can't do math.
I don't know time. I feel like Dylan's listening and just like
shaking his head like
every time. Anyways, so number 9 for you, Brent.
Number 9 for me is gonna be Final Fantasy Tactics.
Never played it, but I hear great things.
It's excellent, man. It's the PlayStation's answer to Fire Emblem, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
It's a very similar kind of game.
I'm not a huge fan, but I feel that.
Oh, I am.
I know there's a huge group of people that love that.
I like that style. The only game I don't like that's like that is Advanced Wars. I'm not a big fan of Advanced Wars, and it's got a big following. So
I think the game like that I played the most was Actually, I need to save that for another list. But also, I can't even talk about either of them. Anyways. So my number 9 is Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit, dude.
Oh, that's a good one.
Hot Pursuit was so good. Like, just being chased by the cops or being the cop was just, like, fucking cool, dude.
I almost put Driver on my list, but I think Need for Speed Hot Pursuit is actually better than Driver, for sure.
Well, see, I don't know why that, like, there's just something inherently cool about trying to get away from the cops. You
Yeah,
know what
dude.
I'm saying?
That's why Grand Theft Auto 3 was such a big deal.
Yeah, and then they send in the helicopters and stuff like that. It's so cool.
Because, like, Grand Theft Auto took it to the next level because it lets you do the crime, too.
Yeah. There's context to why you're running. But see, in Need for Speed, they're chasing you because you're just fast as fuck, dude.
That's all they care about. Oh, shit. Okay, so number 8 for me.
Yeah,
It's
number
going to
8.
be Monster Rancher 2.
Ooh.
You know it had to show up on the list somewhere.
Yeah, this is the one where you could use the discs?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a fucking fantastic game. I mean, if you like Tamagotchi pets or whatever, this is like taking it to the next level. And you can make them battle, and you like raise them, and you get your little monsters. Bro.
It's basically like in the age of when everyone was trying to hang on to the coattails of Pokemon, you know, this came out and it was original. You know, it was like pretty cool.
It was a lot like Pokemon, and I don't know, it was like living in the Pokemon world, you know? It was like a more monotonous version of Pokemon. Like, you had to groom your monsters and like take care of them and feed them every day, and like you had to make like financial decisions, like, do I spend more money to buy my little monster better food? You know, but then I don't have enough money to send him to the good training school. You know what I mean?
So basically being a parent.
Yeah, exactly. It was like Parent Simulator, but for monsters that you're going to send to like an arena to fight with other monsters.
Hell yeah, dude. You want them to go to the Harvard of monster fight school. Yeah, but
that shit was so fucking great, dude. Like, you make them train, and they'd be in like the little weight room, like lifting weights and like running on their treadmill and shit, and like it was great.
Explain the disc thing. The disc thing.
Okay, so it had this function where it would be like you could you know, turn it on, and it would be like, insert the disc you want, and then you'd take out the actual Monster Rancher disc out of your PlayStation, and you'd put like any random disc in there,
like a Britney Spears
it could
CD.
be anything. And like, if it was one of the like pre-programmed like secret discs they had in the thing, like for instance, the Little Mermaid, I know for a fact Little Mermaid worked. If you put the Little Mermaid in, you'd get this like mermaid themed monster.
So cool,
you know,
dude.
And like they had it for all kinds of shit. Final Fantasy VII had one. Like, there was a bunch of different like fun little, you know, Easter eggs like that. You know, like, I don't know, it was a really, really cool, fun feature.
Back whenever you could just open up your fucking disk drive and like the shit's still spinning, you could just pull it out and play the whole fucking game as long as you didn't turn off the PlayStation. Or like, I think it's like once you get to like a loading point or something.
It had a special point. The game would freeze up if you took the disc out.
Yeah, weird times, but like that's stuff about physical like copies and stuff like that I'm gonna miss.
Dude, yeah, that was tight, man. That was one of my favorites.
So number 8 for me is Mega Man Legends, which is because Mega Man 64 didn't make my 64 list, so Mega Man Legends is gonna take that spot. It was the better version of it, anyways, unfortunately, but because I was all about mine 64.
Yeah,
but yeah, it's just like taking Mega Man, and this was the Mega Man of my generation. You know, everybody else
absolutely
was like, or not everybody else, but everybody before us was into the like, you know, 16-bit, 8-bit Mega Man era. Like, we got the 3D, see the world.
Yeah, we were from the era where everything was just getting put in 3D to see if it would work. And Mega Man was one of those things that got put in 3D, and
it worked.
In a lot of instances, I don't know, it didn't get reviewed very well. Most people didn't really like it.
Legends did well. No, but N64 version did not do well.
I mean, I don't know. They're both pretty much the same, you know?
Hold on, I'm about to read you not read you the review, but just what the number is.
I don't know. Regardless, I fucking love that game.
I do too. It's my shit, man. But yeah. So did you play Mega Man Legends a lot as a kid?
Yeah, I played it over at my buddy Timmy's house back in the day.
Oh yeah, dude. But it's got an 8.4 out of 10 on IGN. Like, Legends did well, dude. It was only on the 64 that people didn't like it. But I think people were just hating on the 64.
I think so, too, because it really wasn't that much different to me. I don't know.
It might have just been, like, the load times and stuff like that.
There was a lot of those games that were, like, on both consoles, but were significantly better on one or the other. Like, Gauntlet Legends is a great example of that, you know?
Yeah. Unfortunately, the game's age and imperfections do a lot to hinder. So I think what it was is that, so it originally came out in 1998 on the PlayStation, which is where I played some of it first, and then it was later ported to the N64, which by that time the graphics of games had gotten a little better, and like controls and stuff got better, and so like people were like, the 64 version was not good,
unimpressive.
Okay, so that's why. But anyway, so what do you got for number 7?
Okay, so 7 for me is Spider-Man, one that actually showed up on my N64 list as well. But it's equally good on both consoles, and I think it deserves the nod on both consoles. I think I like it a little better on PlayStation.
Me too. Controls were better.
Yeah. And I just felt like it was like a little crispier or something. I don't know.
More adult.
Yeah.
Like something about having a PlayStation controller versus like the Kitty N64 controller, it just kind of changed things.
Absolutely. And I think there were like some special costumes that were like unique to both consoles, you know? Either way, they both had their own perks, and I had to put them on both lists because, man, that was a good-ass game, dude, you know?
For real. My number 7 is Worms Armageddon. Dude, Worms was just
dude. I almost
childhood.
forgot about that one. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was one where I played it on PC and PlayStation.
I played it on N64, actually.
Really?
Yeah, that was a good game, man.
Such a good game. Worms is a classic, dude.
It really
Team
is.
17, they put out some good shit, you know? Like, I just feel like it's...
Worms is such a fun multiplayer game if you have somebody who's, like, into that also. You know what I mean? You have to get somebody who's willing to sit down and actually play, like, a game of Worms with you. It's like playing a board game or something, you know?
Yeah, it's just strategy.
So much fun, man.
Yeah.
Me and Jamel used to sit there and play that shit all the fucking time, dude. Like
way too much. Anyways.
So are we on 6?
You're number 6.
Okay, 6 was kind of a hard one for me. Because I knew it was going to be Spyro, but I had to think about it for a while, and I came to the conclusion that Spyro Year of the Dragon, I think, is my number 6 here.
Really?
Yeah, it's close because Ripto's Rage is also extremely good, and they're both PS1 games, but Year of the Dragon had slightly better graphics, and you had multiple playable characters, and the real nail in the coffin is that you can be Spyro on a skateboard, so...
Pretty cool.
I mean, skateboarding Spyro is going to win every time.
Of course, dude. You got to go fast. My number 6 is Final Fantasy 7.
That's my number 5, so we can just go ahead and talk about that.
Yeah, so great game.
Great game.
And a great series.
Great game and a great series, for sure.
It's classic. It was like the first step into, you know, like cutscenes, like being... just these beautiful things that at the time looked really good.
Yeah, that was the first instance where I'm like, I remember thinking, wow, these cutscenes are just wild looking, you know, like...
Yeah, it's funny. You know, Final Fantasy used to be known for how good the cutscenes were. Like, that was a thing. I remember it was like groundbreaking technology.
Yeah.
You know? But now whenever you think of Final Fantasy, it's just like, oh, Final Fantasy. You know, because like there's not really much more they can do with it. You know?
For sure. You can't exactly make the cutscenes look much better.
Yeah, every game looks like what Final Fantasy was doing for its time now.
Granted,
you know?
Final Fantasy still looks excellent. Don't get me wrong.
It does.
It looks wonderful. Final Fantasy 15 is a beautiful game. You know what I mean? It really is.
Yeah, it's just everyone looks like weird emo kids from like 2007. Anyways, but yeah, cool story. It had a twist in it.
Yeah, and you know, the characters are super memorable. I think that's what made Final Fantasy VII so great. Is like, you know, nobody gives a shit about the characters from almost any other Final Fantasy game.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
I don't like that. I don't like that tone. No, but I know what you mean. Cloud it's stuck around in people's memories for some reason.
Exactly, dude. And Sephiroth and stuff. There's a lot to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's that the fucking the sword,
the sword, yeah, the Buster sword,
the Buster
bro.
sword. And whenever you put the word Buster in your weapon,
yeah, dude, you already know you're gonna be busting fools up.
Yes, it's so good. Anyways, what you got?
So that was my number 5 too. Yeah.
Okay, so that was your 5. So my 5 is Crash Bandicoot. I love
poor
that
Crash,
game.
man. He didn't even make my list. I didn't play a lot of Crash as a kid.
I did because it was like. It's almost like platforming, but not. Like, I don't even know how to explain what Crash Bandicoot is and why it's so addicting. But, like, there's, like, parts where you're just running towards the screen the whole time. So, like, you never know what's coming, which is kind of bullshit whenever you think about it. Like, the game's kind of like trial and error no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way you're going to make it through all that shit the first time through. You kind of have to memorize, what's going to happen next and stuff. And I really like the animations, like whenever he would get stung by a bee and all that stuff, like, and he would just, like, wherever he got stung, he would just blow up. And then it was just wacky. It was just, something that was cool at the time. I really enjoyed it, and I think it's a classic,
Yeah.
Anyways.
For sure. So my number 4, we're on number 4, right?
Number 4.
So my number 4 is going to be Silent Hill.
Ooh.
I feel like it had to get on there. It's just like, it was so psychologically scary for the time. You know what I mean? Not a lot of other games can pull off, like, being that weird and scary, like, with such a low poly count graphic kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, it was just freaky. And, like, Pyramid Head and, like, the weird, disgusting environments you're in and shit. It was just weird and well done, especially for the time,
Yeah, it gave Resident Evil a run for its money.
For sure.
And then my number 4 is Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage. So, I honestly, the only reason I put this one on here is for the swamp level. I just like the swamp level a lot. Like, it's one of those memories that's stuck in my brain, like, ever since I can remember. Anytime I think about PlayStation, that one image pops up in my mind of me playing on that level.
I always think about the level where they have the marshmallows on a stick and they're like swinging
dude.
it at you, and you catch them on fire and their marshmallows burn up. And they like
so crazy, dude. So crazy. Anyways, number 3, dude. What's your 3?
So my number 3 is going to be Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's. I'd never played it, actually.
Really?
Never.
On PlayStation?
Never played it on PlayStation.
Oh, dude. This is like this is what, like, in my opinion, it's one of the best ones. The one on PlayStation 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think it holds up?
Fuck yeah, dude.
No way.
Yeah, it's really, really good, dude. Like, it's really good. Like, you played the 2, right? Sons of Liberty or whatever?
Yeah, I beat that one.
It's a lot like that. I mean, it really is a lot like that, like, quality-wise.
Oh,
like,
okay.
It's really good. Like,
espionage.
there's, like, sweet-ass boss battles and shit. Fucking, like, espionage, fucking tactics. I mean, it's just, like, for the time, it was really good.
Yeah.
Like, really, really good. And the graphics were good for the time, again, I don't know, man. I can't say enough good things about Metal Gear Solid. I really do think it holds up. Like,
I need to get, like, a remastered version of it or something.
They have it on the PlayStation Classics.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But it's not remastered there.
No.
I want a remastered
I think
version.
that would be fun. I think especially if they kept the, like, kind of top-down style that it has. You know what I mean?
Most
That'd
definitely.
be interesting.
My number 3 is Driver, You Are the Will Man.
Ah, yeah. That's a good one.
That's one of those ones that it's like Hot Pursuit, except for it's open world. So it's like that it was like Grand Theft Auto before, Grand Theft Auto was there yet. It was like, this game could be it was like the future,
I
like
always felt like
it.
I was, like, making a movie when I was playing that game.
Hell yeah,
You know what I
dude.
mean? Because, like, you'd be skirting around the corners, and then, like, once you were done with your mission, you could rewatch the whole thing, and it played it from, like, cinematic angles of you, like, jumping over stuff and all the cops swinging around behind you.
Oh yeah, dude. And that's one of those games that I, like, got so good at that I would just sit there and break the game. Like, there was a lot of times where I just wanted to see how far I could get flung off into, like, the nothingness. And, like, but then there would be some times where I would just like to drive around and, like, follow all the traffic laws and stuff and see how long I could do that for.
That game was so good, dude.
Dude, it
was Driver 2 on PlayStation 1, or was that
Yes.
a place? It was?
Yes.
Driver 2 was the one I really liked, I think.
That's when you could get in and out of the
your
vehicle.
car, because that was unheard of at the time. That was before, we're talking before Grand Theft
GTA
Auto
3.
3, Like, that was some revolutionary shit. I remember, like, pulling up into, like, the fucking stadium, and there's a car parked in the stadium, and you hop out of your little car, and your little blocky character runs over. and you fucking jump in. Dude, that was so fucking tight to me. Just like being able to get into whatever car you want. It's like, oh, snap, dude.
Dude, so cool, especially for it to be on like the first generation of PlayStation consoles.
Like
dude.
I think people really overlooked Driver 2, man. And then Driver 3, by the time Driver 3 came out, everybody was all on the Grand Theft Auto train, so nobody gave a shit that they added guns into it or whatever, It's like
it's very similar to the
Driver 3 was actually pretty good. I just feel like nobody cared anymore.
Oh, I did. I played the shit out of that game. But it's comparable to the Tomb Raider and what's that game called? Uncharted like situation where like Tomb Raider did it, but then Uncharted came out and just fucked Tomb Raider, and then Tomb Raider came back with their own little thing, but it still wasn't Uncharted. You know what I'm saying? It's good, but it's not Uncharted.
I don't know. Personally, I like Tomb Raider more than Uncharted. At least Tomb Raider and Rise of the Tomb Raider. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, all right. You know what I mean? But I think that, I don't know. Then again, I've only played the first Uncharted, so I'm sure
I think that's where the
I think they get better.
Comes in.
I think people have told me that the second one is the one that's like starts it all. Not starts it all, but like is like really good. You know what I mean? Like Drake's Fortune, I think it's called.
Yeah. What's number 2? What do you got?
So my number 2 is gotta be Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
Okay, cool. That was on my other list for the N64.
Yeah.
2
I liked it on PlayStation a lot. I don't know. Again, it was one of those games that felt a little sharper on PlayStation to me. Like
I can't wait till we get to the original Xbox.
Oh,
X2,
dude. X2.
I feel like nobody remembers that. Like X2 was so cool,
dude. Yeah, they took everything and just boop took it up a notch, dude.
Threw fucking Spider-Man in that bitch.
Oh my god, I forgot Spider-Man was in that shit, dude.
It was so fucking cool.
That game was awesome.
But Spider-Man, or not Spider-Man, but Tony Hawk 2 in general, great game. Yeah. Fucking awesome.
Absolutely. You can't deny it. I mean, it's just so good. Like,
it inspired so many other games.
And
at
like
the time.
compared to other games at the time, first of all, it was like graphically just like leaps and bounds ahead of its competition. And secondly,
it was so punk rock.
The music was excellent. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just a really all around good game. There's a lot to do. Like, it was a big game. You weren't just like, you didn't just beat it in a few hours and get bored with it.
No.
There was a lot of stuff to do. There's multiplayer. You could free skate. You could.
You want to unlock a bunch of shit.
And there was like secret shit, like all these little secret places you can find in every map. You know what I mean? Like, it was so cool.
Hell
yeah. The hidden tapes and shit. Oh, I loved it.
Collect skate. Anyways, my number 2 is Resident Evil, the first one, which I didn't play till recently and beat, and I loved it. Every second of it, dude.
A fucking good game, man.
Yeah, it got me into reading the books that came out around the same time. It was just so good, man. Like, something about that, it's just like I don't even know how to explain it. The puzzles are good. The feeling of like being helpless in a situation because of the camera angles, but at the same time, it's like you still have control. It's just that this was at the time the only way they knew how to make things scary, and I think it was revolutionary.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
It was scary.
It was, absolutely.
Even playing it recently, I was like, damn.
I will say, I would love to play a Resident Evil 1 redone like Resident Evil 2, like they did.
Oh
recently.
yeah, hell yeah,
that would be sick, dude. Like, fuck.
I'm down for all of that. But that's my number 2.
Hell yeah, dude. I love it. My number 1 is actually Resident Evil 2. Yeah.
See,
and I think that might be a little bit just because I played the remake recently, and it kind of reignited my love for the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like when you're playing the remake, you remember like all the little parts from like the original, and you're like, man, this was a fucking great game when it came out. Like I don't know, man. It's just like for the time to have a story that was so intricate and like overlapping on itself, like coming back and going through the doors that you previously walked by, and like just like little things. Like it's just like Resident Evil 1. You know,
it's a big game for the time.
It was so big and deep, and it was really good. Also, I will say this: neither of us put it on our list, but Resident Evil 3 was no slouch either. Nemesis was excellent. And at least in my opinion, I like Nemesis a lot, and I think, but I like 2 a lot too. I think 2 had the better story.
Well, I feel like so I haven't beat all of 2, like the original.
It's really
so
good.
I feel like that's why Resident Evil 1 made it on the list and not 2 for me. But I feel I'm gonna go back and play 2, like the original 2, one of these days and see where it stands.
I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
I hope so.
I don't know. I think you should play that. I think you should also play the remake too. Also.
Yeah,
whenever you're done with it,
Yeah, I just don't want to ruin the old, little bits. You know what I'm saying? But number 1 for me, that was your number 1, right?
Yeah, that's number 1 for me.
Number 1 for me is Final Fantasy IX, which I actually didn't play on the PlayStation, but I'm playing the exact game on the Switch.
I never tried it on the PlayStation, but I need to give it another whirl, or I need to go out and find it or something.
Well, it's on Switch.
I need to go out and give me a Switch card so I can buy it.
It's absolutely a masterpiece of a game. Like it's been holding me for I'm not one of those people that spends hundreds of hours in a game. I don't care how good the game is. Sir, I'm one I like games that respect my time. That's all I'm saying. And this game goes a little bit beyond the limits for me. And the only reason I know that is because it's taking me a second to beat. I'm literally at the end, but it's taking me a second just because I'm getting distracted by other things, which always happens to me. I don't know if I'm ADD or what, but but it's held me for over 25 hours now, which no JRPG ever besides Pokemon, which doesn't count, has held me for that long. You know what I'm saying? And Pokemon's not 25 hours.
First of all, Pokemon counts for sure.
But not as this type of JRPG. I'm telling you, once you play it, you'll be like, okay, I can see where there's no similarities to Pokemon.
It's just because you haven't played Persona 5 yet, bro.
I think
that's all I'm saying about
I could see that.
Even though I'm mad at Atlas right now about this whole P5S.
I'll give it a try. I'm going to try it out on this P5S, dude.
I
hear that's exactly what,
Never, dude.
What you should play if you want to play
God,
Persona.
Don't ever do that.
But anyways, yeah, Final Fantasy IX, great story. Play it if you haven't, but that's my number 1.
Cool. How much did you pay for that on the Switch?
$20.99. But I had some credits built up from buying other games, so it was $18.
Love those credits, man. I got a month of the fucking online the other day with my credits.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. With your gold coins?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it for the topic of the show this week. We're going to jump on over to the People's Champion.
Yes. The champion of the people.
Speaking of which, Sarah, if you are listening to this, I have put in the order for the design for the shirt, that we're going to be sending you for being the People's Champ of 2018. So it'll be good to go soon. Hopefully by the end of the week, and then I'm going to hit you up about where I should send it to. So thanks for being the ultimate champion.
Speaking of the ultimate champion, she's back again.
Oh, shit.
Sarah is the champ this week.
She refuses to let go of that belt.
She says, what would you do, or what world do you wish that game developers would make what world do you wish that game developers would make a VR game for so you could explore it?
Ooh. Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah. Oh, shit. That would be cool. Grand Theft Auto would be sweet. They did a Titanic thing recently where you can be, on the Titanic while it's sinking. And I thought that was kind of cool. I like the idea of, being in a historical event while it's happening.
Okay, this sounds fucked up, but the Titanic happened so long ago that we're okay with making a VR experience of something that killed thousands of people?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe 50 years from now, they're going to do that with fucking 9/11,
dude. I can see it.
It's just horrible.
It's horrible, but
horrible.
I can also kind of see, the relevance there. You know what I mean? Because, okay.
They're going to wait till we're all dead and no living person that experienced that is alive anymore.
Exactly.
And then they're going to make it for all the people that have just read about it in history books.
Exactly.
It's fucking terrifying
Yeah.
to think about. We're the people that lived during the Titanic, basically.
Yeah. Essentially.
To them.
Man, I don't know, but I like stuff like that would be cool to me. Even like as fucked up as it is, I think that would be kind of cool to be like to experience it. Not experience it, but like to like, you know, I don't know. Like any kind of historical event, even the fucked up ones. You know what I mean? I think it would be neat to see like D-Day, you know what I mean? Something like that, you know. It would be horrible, but it would also be like super educational and interesting, you know? If it was done well and realistically. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Definitely.
That's what I want.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I like it.
I think it would be cool for like schools and stuff too. You know, because if you had a whole class of people and you could just put the little headset on them and take them to the fucking place you're teaching them about, you know, and have the teacher talking about it without them having headphones in, they're just looking around this world. And every time the teacher says some shit, the world around them just morphs into a fucking different place. You know what I mean?
And the teacher is just fucking Knuckles. This is Avatar.
Do you know the way?
That's the future I'm ready for.
Yeah, me too, dude.
Right.
I'm all about that.
Yeah, dude. Anyway, so thanks for being the people's champ again, Sarah.
Yeah.
Let's jump to the listener questions. What do we got, Brent?
So we got one more from Sarah over here.
Damn.
I know. She's lighting it up. I love it. She says, what are your opinions on the new Sonic the Hedgehog movie trailer? We've kind of given our opinions already.
Human teeth.
Human teeth. Unacceptable.
Too much human teeth.
Too much human teeth. We've also got Corey Dennis, a new member of our community. What up, Corey?
Hey,
nice
what's up,
to have
Mr.
you here.
Dennis?
He says, do you dabble at all in buying imported games? You can find a lot of great Famicom, Super Famicom, NES, and Super Nintendo, and even Game Boy titles that are Japan only and or relatively cheaper in loose and complete with generally better art. Yeah, you know, there's some games that you kind of have to get like that, right? Like Mother for NES and stuff like that, you know?
But I think he's asking, do we do?
Do I do it? No. I think the extent of me doing that would be like making a Japanese PlayStation account so I can digitally download like Japanese exclusive stuff. You know what I mean?
I don't do it, but whenever I was collecting like classic stuff, I used to work at Game Exchange, and a guy came in and was selling all of his old like NES games, and we couldn't take Famicom games just because we didn't have a way to accept them into the system. So he had a Link to the Past for Famicom, which had a really cool art, on the front. You know, you like see the sword sticking out of
that's tight.
the stone, and he was like, "Hey, you can just have it. I'm not gonna do anything with it." Yeah, so I have that.
That's tight.
Yeah, it's probably the only like non-American version of a game I own. But yeah, so I mean, like if I come across it, I'll definitely take it. But I'm not a huge fan of just looking for stuff like that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
How much do you think is it worth more?
No, it's probably like $10 or something.
Still really cool.
But like I said, I don't go looking for that shit. So.
Well, cool. Thanks, Corey. Appreciate your question here. We got one more from David Stanley. He says, I've been wondering this for a while, and he posted a link with a video, and the video is titled, Have You Ever Had a Dream Like This?
Play the video and explain to us what we're saying.
Yeah, let me
Have we ever had a dream like that?
You want him to do you so much you could do anything?
What? Yeah, dude, I've had a lot of dreams like that.
I don't know is that a dream?
Yeah.
That kid was
so you can do anything, man.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Yeah, dude.
You've never had a dream like that?
I've had many dreams.
When you
dude.
can just and
then he can do you, and that's literally what that kid said. No. So I don't dream actually. Sometimes I have like visions. No, I'm just kidding.
Sometimes I see the future.
But I don't dream. It's a lot different. You know, you use the force and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm force sensitive.
I'm force sensitive. Got lots of midi-chlorians in my bones.
Yeah. Thanks, Danny.
Thanks, Danny.
Oh, my God. David.
Mr.
Stanley.
David Stanley.
Excuse me. Danley. Stanley. Oh, anyways. Thanks for the questions, guys.
For real. So we're going to jump on over to This Week in Gaming History so we can wrap up the show. Brent, what happened? What happened?
Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. April 27, 2064. You want to know what happened?
Wait, April 2007?
April 27.
Oh, 2007.
For the N64.
What kind of game? I imagine it's a South Park game by the way you're talking.
No.
Okay.
It's pretty much the quintessential N64 game.
GoldenEye.
No.
Super Mario 64.
No. You name it's close. Those are the other two quintessential ones. This is like the brother to the
Super
third.
Smash Bros.
Oh no, I didn't even think about it. Okay,
There's a lot of quintessential.
All right.
You just give it to me.
It's the Majora's Mask for Zelda, bro.
Okay, that's not quintessential at
It's
all.
It's pretty essential, bro.
It's essential.
It's pretty
It's
essential.
not quintessential.
Okay, fair enough. You got me there.
Yeah.
You got me there.
Ocarina of Time, yeah.
That's what I was saying. It's like the brother to the other quintessential one.
I didn't even say that.
No, that's what I was saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you missed my clue. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So 2 years later, May 2nd, 2002, for Windows and PC. Can you guess it?
What kind of game is it?
It's like an RPG, a biggin.
A biggin. Is it World of Warcraft?
No, not that biggin.
Okay, is it
Well, I mean, maybe it's not online.
Morrowind?
Yes.
Okay. I ween.
You ween. That was a good one.
When do I get the money?
You get the money. You get the 5 monies.
It's me, it's Mario. Okay. Yeah, so that was cool. That was This Week in Gaming History. Can't believe it. Can't believe Elder Scrolls Morrowind came out.
Yeah, dude. 2002. How long ago? That's like 17 fucking years ago.
Well, we would have been 10 years old.
Wild stuff, man.
Wild stuff, dude. We're almost like 14 now. No, I'm just kidding. No, but, remember, Dylan's like...
Oh, jeez.
Remember, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast courtesy of CreateForSanity.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast directories. Be sure to submit any questions you want read on the show to the GameSpeak Podcast Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak Podcast. Check out our video content on YouTube if you're not watching it over there, and leave us a like and, subscribe to us because we're posting this shit every week. All you have to do is search Create for Sanity. It's all one word on there. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys personally, you can find me on Twitter at the handle AlJafferJamel and Brent at Brent Has One. And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram,